Currently, over 20 million people in the United States suffer from blindness caused by macular degeneration. The microstim treatment, using acupuncture points around the eye, offers a new and promising therapy for these patients.
She has overcome blindness by using a rare combination of acupuncture and small electrical pulses. KPTV's Monica Guzza has more on this incredible treatment.
He said, "I think you're doing very well."
VJ Huffman has a lot to talk about these days.
I'd say to anybody that would listen, I can see. I can see. And that was the thing that I saw, that was so dramatic for me, was that I could see.
VJ has been suffering from macular degeneration for almost 30 years and has been legally blind for at least the last 10. Now she uses this machine to treat her disease.
This is all there's to it.
Now, what macular degeneration does is it blocks much of what you see, leaving you only with peripheral vision. Imagine walking around all day and only seeing this.
The treatment machine that I use to originally treat the patient is called a microstim.
Huffman began her treatment here with Dr. Gene Bruno, and he thinks it works, but
it's not a cure. It's a treatment that can stop and, in many cases, when done properly, reverse the effects. In other words, we have patients who have regained their vision.
Now, there are 10 pressure points around the eye that are stimulated with electric current while wearing these glasses for 5 to 15 minutes a day. This is a new and controversial treatment for what is usually an incurable disease. Yet Bernice Hawkins, another patient of Dr. Bruno's, is a believer.
I went from there to smaller than this.
In Salem, Monica Guzza, the 10 o'clock news.
Macular degeneration is the most common cause of blindness in the U.S.
The microstim is now making it easier for a patient to treat themselves in their own home. The microstim, which generates pulses to a set of eyeglasses, which stimulate the retina of the eye, is a small, portable unit. The following patients explain their experiences with macular degeneration and the results of treatment with the microstim unit. This first patient has had 2 treatments.
I was first diagnosed with macular degeneration in June of 1988. One morning since I started working with you, wake up and think that it was less dense blackness in the center of the right eye. I think I can read street signs better.
Meaning they're not as fuzzy, or
right,
you can
right.
read them sooner, or...
Yes.
The first thing you do when you're told this, and you know people that how bad they have gotten, that's the first thing that comes in your mind. I'm gonna lose my eyesight. I had to use that long, I've got a magnifying glass that lays flat.
Okay.
And it's a dome over, so it has to lay on the paper.
And then you started the acupuncture treatment in December, and then we started using the microstim machine. And what have you noticed since then? It's been a little over a month.
Well, I can read small print.
December?
Early December.
In December, it just was a steady downhill to where I was reading. I could read the newspaper, everything fine.
Okay.
Driving and all that sort of stuff, and then all of a sudden, it just kept going slightly down until I couldn't read the newspaper anymore.
Couldn't read large print, but...
Couldn't drive either?
No, I couldn't drive. No, I gave that.
You start to use a magnifying glass.
Yes, I used a big circular one with
right,
a light.
with a light. And then after the treatment...
Yeah. After the treatment, the second treatment, I could read my watch, and then I started noticing a difference in my bad eye. But after the second treatment, it got pretty dramatic. It kind of was mind-boggling.
What happened there?
All of a sudden, I could see with it, and I could see a picture that was across the room from me, which is, if I closed my good eye, that was just a big black thing on the wall.
Before?
And now, and after that, I could see it has a picture of the coast and the rocks and the ocean.
Right.
And I could see the water.
Any change with reading newspapers yet?
Yeah, I can read the newspapers now.
So Floyd, why don't you tell me what kind of results you've seen since you've been using the microstim?
Well, I can read small print now, which I couldn't do before. I can almost, without my glasses, read large book print.
Okay. Now you started your treatment on September the 6th,
Right,
and you had a few treatments, and now you've been treating yourself at home,
right,
and you are able to do that each day?
right. Never
Okay.
miss.
Okay, how do you find the convenience of using the glasses? Is that pretty
Oh, that's a lot better, you know.
straightforward?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sure, do it right at home, and
Uh-huh.
my wife does a good job of it.
Okay. Is there anything else you can say about what any kind of improvement you've noticed?
Yeah, I was to my regular eye doctor yesterday for an exam. I hadn't been there since January, and he says you're legal to drive.
That's pretty exciting, isn't it?
That's exciting.
The following patient has been using the microstim for over 3 years.
Okay, I suffer of macular degeneration on both eyes, and about 3.5 years ago, I discovered microstim. My left eye is gone virtually, the macula part is gone, but my right eye was good enough. Well, after the first treatment, the good eye went from 20/50 to 20/25. I saw that everything that I was seeing was clearer to me, and I could read better. So it stayed for about 2.5 years, at which point it came down a little bit with the treatment. With intense treatment, I kept it to 20/25 until today, which is about 3.5 years from the first treatment.
This lady we saw earlier, and she is back for a follow-up after 9 months. When did you use the magnifying glass?
All the time to read.
In
And I couldn't read this. I couldn't read this size print.
what print are you talking about right now that you can read?
This little print. Can you see that?
Okay, that's small print.
That's small print.
That's small print. Okay, but now you can read that.
Yeah.
With
my glasses.
With your glasses, without a magnifying glass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would you say that's the most recent advance, noticing you can read that tiny print in the last few months?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's staying about the same.
Okay.
I can read. And the large print, I read without my glasses.
And you're holding your progress by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. For more information about the microstim treatment and our remote training program, please call the number on your screen.